Hi, it's Kenzie popping in before the start of the episode to give you the trigger warnings for this episode. The first one is a brief mention of sexual harassment. It's less than 30 seconds, but I still wanted to put the timestamps on the screen and in the description just in case you don't want to hear that. And then also, the last 20 to 25% of the episode is the whole topic is about Gaza and the occupation and genocide on it. So if that is something you're not in the headspace for at the time, the timestamps for when that discussion is are on the screen and in the description as usual. But on to the episode. Hello, welcome to the Madbox Sadbox podcast. It is episode 3. And I feel like I should explain what's going on visually if you're watching the YouTube video. I have a wig on. So me, it's my whole outfit. I got these like flared yoga pants on. Can't really see them right here, but I have my little Nanoland shirt. Oh, that's not gonna, there we go. You see it? Got a little Nanoland on it, and it says Nanoland. It's a little crop top. Got little purple edges. I just thought this wig would look cute with this outfit. So I was like, for the podcast, let's put the wig on. Because I haven't worn a wig in... I don't remember the last time I cosplayed. Last time I cosplayed, and I don't remember when that was. So, I think it was... Not this year. I haven't cosplayed all this year. So, I think it was like... I want to say October of last year. I did like a... I think I did Power, like for Halloween. I didn't go out or anything. I think I just dressed up for the sake of it. I forgot how itchy these are. I was like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine for an hour. I'm already itchy. So if this thing comes off at any point, that's why. Because it's too fucking itchy and I don't want to deal with it. And you're probably going to see me like touching it because it's all wavy and shit. But I just thought, I don't know, it looks cute with the outfit, so I wore it. We got the purple lighting today, which matches the microphone. I also have purple eyeshadow on to match the shirt, but I actually wish I had sparkly, like a green that's like this color that was sparkly, but I don't, because there's just so much purple going on right now. I feel like some green on the eyes would have been a nice touch, but I don't. But the eyeliner's good. I almost didn't film tonight because someone wanted to call and I was like, sure, but that didn't last long because they were like, had other stuff they had to deal with. I'm like, I'll call you tomorrow. So I do get to film tonight. I was probably going to film regardless, even if it meant I had to stay up super late, which I shouldn't be doing because I kind of got a job. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like a administrative assistant job. Not excited, honestly. Excited for the paycheck, even though most of that paycheck's going to go towards bills. It's going to be paying for this laptop. It's going to be paying my student loans. It's going to be paying groceries now. I'm going to have to pay groceries. And after that, there's not much left over. So, but this laptop will be done. Last payment's in October. It'll be done, which will be good. I'm like just staring at myself on OBS. I'm just staring at myself because I don't know. This is a vibe. I like it. I kind of wish I was a girl who like constantly dyed her hair. I can't though, because I can't do the bleaching. I've never bleached my hair because I don't want to damage my hair with bleach. Like, that sounds terrifying because my hair is super long. It's like touching my butt right now. So, well, not right now because my real hair is not out right now, but typically it is. And I don't want to risk at all doing something to it that could make it like stop growing or having like split ends and shit where it needs to get cut off more. And bleaching will do that to the hair. So I don't want to bleach it. I also thought, because I said this in the first episode, but I'm always listening to music when I record the episodes. It's just not picking up via OBS, but I thought I would share with you the playlist or whatever album playlist that I put on for every episode. So currently what I'm listening to is, I believe it's Radio is what I called. It's like one of my like, it's kind of a favorite playlist, but not really. It's more of an upbeat playlist. That feels like, I don't know if it's just like my perfect radio. But it's on my Spotify. This is what it looks like. Because all my Spotify albums, they have like Renaissance or like old paintings as their covers. that is the music I'm listening to. I think currently right now it's Hits Different by Taylor Swift. Yeah, that's what's playing. This is the first time, so I filmed the first 2 episodes kind of back to back, like a week apart from each other, and that was both in May. And it is now, today is June 8th, and you'll probably see this on June, week from now. I can't count, but whatever Sunday's next after June 8th. But I filmed those 2 like 2 weeks apart, and then like I had to edit them, and editing them kind of took forever. Well, editing the first episode took forever. Editing the second episode only took me a week. It actually only took me like 2 sit-down sessions of editing, and then I posted it yesterday. Or no, it came out today, 'cause today's Sunday, so it came out today at 1. So I guess as of right now, the upload schedule is every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's the upload schedule that I'm hoping to stick to, and then I film either Sunday or Monday, and then edit throughout the week. Stick to that, because I've not been like calculating the, sorry, this hair is bothering me. There we go. How long it's taking, but it's taking a good few hours. Anyways, that's not important. I don't know why I'm like so, I feel like I don't know what to do, because I've just been editing now, but I haven't recorded in so long. I feel like I don't know what to do when I'm recording. Like I feel like really awkward right now. It's fine. We'll get through this. It's fine. I'll probably loosen up in the next 10 minutes. It'll be fine. So one of my friends, when I told her about the podcast, she was like, oh my God, you should like do clips on TikTok, which I wasn't really planning on doing, but now I'm doing them. So like doing little shorts with like clips. I got 2 from the first episode. I need to go through the second episode to pick out clips. I need to do that and then make them and do the like stuff. So they'll be posted, the little shorts clips will be on my TikTok and on the YouTube page in the shorts tab. I don't know. I gotta figure out ways to like promote it. Like I'm like anxious. I haven't like put it on my TikTok, and I put it on my Blue Sky, and I didn't make a Blue Sky post for the episode today. Maybe tomorrow. But I'm like anxious to put on my Instagram story. That's where most people actually follow me. So I'm like anxious that I don't know. It's just, I feel like I'm gonna be judged. The people who know me like, this bitch started a podcast. Ew. So because like I kind of like that it's like my own little thing, even though I've shared it with like 3 friends at this point. They got the links to my channel and the Spotify, so like maybe that's why I'm anxious, because now I'm aware, because the first 2 filmings I was like, oh, none of my friends are gonna know about this, and now I'm aware that friends are aware of this and will see this possibly. So I think that's why I'm anxious right now recording this, because it's not like my own little bubble anymore. But it's okay. Okay. Speaking of not really my own little bubble anymore, I kind of had a, not even kind of, I mean, I don't know what constitutes a viral video on TikTok. I don't know. I had a TikTok go kind of viral. I don't know how to classify it. It's got, last I checked, it's got like 42,000 views, which is the most I've ever gotten. The most I got before that was like 12,000. But oh my goodness. So what the TikTok is, it's not even, that's the thing too, it's not even like my idea kind of TikTok. It's just a trend that I did, because I saw people were doing this trend of like my top 10 YouTubers, someone who's like been watching YouTube for a long time. I was like, I've been watching YouTube since like 2011, 12. I forgot which number I put. And I have opinions. I have my favorite YouTubers. So I was like, okay, let me do this. So I did that. And the comments, that's been the problem with this one, because normally I'm used to being in 300 view jail. So like I get a few likes, I get maybe a comment every 5 videos. The curse of the not muted, the soundproof headphones. I keep feeling like I keep hearing, so I'm scared someone's gonna walk in on me, especially when I have the wig on. I'm like, how am I gonna explain this to my mom? Which is also probably the audio is probably quieter than usual, because I think I'm just like very hyper aware this episode of like my existence, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Anyways, back to the TikTok. So it's got like 42,000 views right now, and it's got so many comments. It's been getting so many comments. Most people have been like, oh my god, love this YouTuber that I mentioned. But there have been some weird ones. There's like there's 3 categories of weird. We'll start with the easiest one. The one that's just like people who just probably comment something negative on literally every single post they see because they're a miserable person. Like someone commented womp womp on it, and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything in this video? I don't know. So there's been those comments which just block, and then it deletes it when I block them. So block with those. And then the second type of comment is people being like, why isn't this person on this list? Like, no this person, or why is this person not number 1? Like, those are annoying me because it's like, make your own list. Because every single person, because I will go to I'm like, when the people do comment that, I go to their profiles, and it's all like private profiles or profiles that don't post. So it's like, make your own. Post a video for once. And then see how it feels to get those kind of comments and being like, you did it. Because it wasn't like a top 10 YouTubers of all time. It was literally my top 10 YouTubers. My top 10 YouTubers. This is my personal list. So like, because there have been people who are like, oh, I like this person, but like I like this person's really similar. Like people give me recommendations based off my top 10, and those have been nice. And I've been like thanking everyone who's given me recommendations, but not the people just being like, it's just I've gotten too many where it's like, no Jenna Marbles. Why isn't Jenna Marbles on this list? I'm like, I never really watched her. I was not a Jenna Marbles fan. I'm so sorry. And she actually did, like, people act like she left the internet because like she was bullied off. She chose to leave the internet because she realized she did some fucked up shit and was like, hey, I shouldn't have a platform, and left. She's not some fucking angel like people treat her like. Because I'm gonna check this before I post this, so if this isn't true, I'm cutting it, but I'm pretty sure she did like blackface in her video, in her like really really old videos, and that was like one of the reasons she left, because she's like, I know this is gonna resurface, it's fucked up, it's bad, so I realized I should probably not have a platform, and left. So I don't get the Jenna Marbles hype. I really really don't. But yeah, those have been the most annoying ones, when they're like, no Jenna Marbles, no Jenna Marbles. I'm like, and at first I was like, do I tell them I don't care? But then I was like, no, I'm not giving them energy. I'm not blocking those people unless they're being like really really mean about it, but they just get ignored. They don't get a like or like reply or anything. And then the third type of comment is the Hassan haters, because I put I did my top 10, and then I did 2 honorable mentions. They were honorable mentions both because they're mainly streamers who just happen to upload stream clips or VODs to their channel. So like my 2 honorable mentions were Half Moon Joe and Hassan. And so the real bad comments being like, oh, you're a terrorist supporter. I just block. Immediately block. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't want to get into that whole thing, but it's just annoying. It's just people are being really annoying about it. I'm just like, if you don't like him, just... And if you want to say something, you're getting blocked. Immediately blocked. Though the best thing that has come out of this is one of the creators I did put in that video liked the video. I'll put it up on the screen. They're like, but Half Moon Joe liked the video, and I was like, oh my god. I wasn't expecting it to get more than 300 views, let alone one of the creators liking it. That made me so happy. One of the creators knows what I look like now. Now I'm like, what's the song gonna see? That's a joke. I know. I'm being parasocial. But like, no, I don't know. It just made me happy to know, because like with the top 10, it's like I put the number, and then like I put little bullet points of like why I like them. And I'm just glad that my compliments for Joe, he got to see them. I'm just glad he got to actually see the compliments. So that made me really happy. I like posted on my Instagram. I was like, oh my god, they liked my video. It made me so happy. That the past like 48 hours, since maybe a little less than 48 hours, maybe like 30 hours, I have been, it was bad like 24 hours ago. I was really I've been constantly checking TikTok to see if there's comments, to make sure there's not negative comments that I need to fucking block, delete, because I think it's my possible OCD is like constantly checking. So because it's like, if there's a negative comment on there, then that's proof that I'm bad. And the longer it stays up, the longer I'm bad for. So I have to immediately check and delete. So like oh my God, this morning when I woke up, when I had to go to sleep and then wake up and open my phone, I'll put the screenshot of that too. That was crazy to see. But it makes me kind of anxious with like this whole like, do I actually want internet fame? Do I actually want like eyes on me on the internet? Because it makes me so anxious and I get so like anal about it. Like even with YouTube, like when I post stuff, I'm like constantly checking the like studio app to be like, is there a comment? Is there a bad comment? Do I need to like deal with the bad comment? You know? So like I get so fucking anxious about like literally yesterday I was so anxious I went to the bathroom like 15 times in the span of 2 hours because it was fucking with my bowel movements. That's how anxious I was, which is awful. I have such thin fucking skin. I can't take any negative comments, anything saying, oh, you're a bad person, or like you like this bad person, so therefore in my head I'm a bad person. God, when I get my OCD therapist back, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's OCD, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Now I'm getting better at picking up on my fucking compulsions, because I used to be like, I feel like I don't have compulsions, and then the more I think about things, the more I'm like, yeah, those things are compulsions. Fuck. Oh, I didn't talk about that because it didn't happen yet. So the last 2 weeks of therapy, do I go back? Okay. So I switched therapists in like December of 2020. No, late November or December of 2020. Not 2020, 2024. So like end of last year. Because I got diagnosed with BPD and I was just like, my therapist before that, I literally told her like 2 years prior, I was like, I think I have BPD. She's like, no, you don't. They're manipulative. You're not manipulative. And so I never brought it up to anyone again. And then I got my diagnosis and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going back to this therapist. So broke up with her and moved to the last therapist I had. And then I didn't like the way therapy was like run with her. She's not like a bad person or anything. She didn't do anything really like wrong. It was just the way she went about therapy doesn't really help me. It very much is like, to me, came off like I would say like one sentence of a problem and it may be like solution. I was like, let me fucking process shit. I feel like I couldn't process anything. So I kind of fired her and then went to someone else in the same company. I moved to a different person in the same company that does specialize in BPD. The person I initially was like, hey, this is who I want, I reached out for, they were like all booked up. And then my two options were a non-binary person and a woman. And so I chose the woman because I don't know, I get anxious about like having non-women medical anything, even though my psychiatrist is a man and he's like the best psychiatrist I've ever had. So I chose a woman, realized she doesn't work, and so I moved to the non-binary person. So now I've been with them for like a month and a half now. I guess 2 months technically now, but really only a month and a half because they were out of the country for 2 weeks. So I had to go back to the therapist I dumped for 2 weeks. Because it was the easiest one to transfer me to because she already knew me. You know, we already had the rapport and stuff. But it was kind of like a TikTok conversation. It was like, hey, how y'all doing? That's how it felt. That's what it felt for me to open up my telehealth the first day and be like, hi. But I get my actual therapist back tomorrow, so yay. And I have to fill them in on so much. Actually, I have to fill both y'all in on so much. So you remember last episode I was talking about that guy I was talking to? That didn't end well. Did not end well. In fact, there had also been another dude in between that time I started talking to, also did not end well. So let's get into it because I was real excited. I was real hopeful, and it was hard watching the edit of that. It was like, oh honey, you got a big storm coming. It was like, I guess it was kind of sad just to see myself so hopeful about something that I know didn't end well. Went on the date. I was, for the 48 hours leading up to the date, extremely anxious. The entire date, extremely anxious. Like, I was, like, I mean, my heart rate, I think it was at like 130. Like, yeah, like 130 at one point. Like, I was so anxious. It was really, really bad. But like I think the date went well. I think if you were to ask me like the day after the date, I wish that went good. I think it went well. We talked, it was 4 hours. The date was 4 hours long. We were originally supposed to, so the stuff kept changing. So we originally planned to do like a coffee date Saturday afternoon. Then he texted me like 2 days before Saturday, being like, are you free? I think he asked me like, what are you doing on Friday? I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything. He's like, do you want to go to dinner then? So he moved the date up to Friday night. Then Friday night rolls around. He texts me being like, hey, because the weekend was Memorial Day weekend. So he texted me being like, hey, I have to stay late at work, so I don't think we can do dinner tonight. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So back to the coffee date, which I was like, whatever, fine. I was actually happier about the coffee date because I didn't want to eat in front of him. I don't like eating in front of people I don't know. It's like an anxiety thing. So I was like kind of happier. Went back to the coffee date. So he picks me up. I get in his car. He's like, I forget what exactly he says, but we ended up deciding to go to the he mostly decided to go to the restaurant. I was like, okay, yeah, wherever you want to go is fine. Wherever you want to go is fine. So we go to the restaurant. We sit down, we get our menus. He gets a beer. I just get water. And I'm sitting there it takes me like 15 minutes to be like, I literally have no appetite. I was like, dude, I'm so anxious right now. I don't have an appetite. So he has his beer. He ends up ordering fries for the table. That's literally all we get. And then we talk at the table for like 3 hours, and we're sitting outside, which was better than inside, because inside at that restaurant can get a little crazy. So we were sitting outside. First red flag actually happens, and this is the big red flag, and this was like the one I kind of didn't. I should have said something when it happened, and I didn't. Which not calls back for you, but for me. I pull a tarot card or an oracle card every morning, and the one I pulled that morning was self-respect, and like hindsight looking back on the incident, what I did was like not an act of self-respect. So that was a sign right there when I realized that. So we park at the restaurant, and we get out of the car, and this was something, I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place with this. It's something I missed on his profile, because sometimes I psych myself out of swiping right on people, because I will overanalyze a profile to hell, and then not swipe right on it. Like, I'll get too anxious about it and I swipe right. So sometimes I need to just win the gut instinct. It's like, I like this person, just swipe right before I overanalyze a profile. Like, I'll go through the whole thing. But in doing that, I missed kind of a crucial thing. Like, kind of a deal breaker thing. And by the time I realized it, we already, like, had the date planned. And I was like, oh, okay. I was just going to talk to him about the date, like, because so basically what I missed is that he smokes sometimes. I can't fucking be around smokers. One, just ew. I don't like that shit. Two, I have very severe asthma. I can't fucking be around that shit for medical reasons. And so we get out of his car at the restaurant, and he immediately pulls out a pack of cigarettes. He's like, oh, do you smoke? And I was like, no, I don't smoke. And I was like, I have severe asthma. Like, can you not smoke around me, please? He was like, oh, okay, yeah. So he puts it back in his bag. Cue to an hour later at the date, he pulls out his cigs, and he's like, oh, and he kind of just like, because like kind of surrounding the outside area that people eat at is like a little stone wall kind of thing. So and our table's like next to the stone wall. So he ends up just going a little, like a foot or two backwards onto the stone wall. He's like, oh, is this okay? And I was like, yeah. It wasn't okay. I was like, on the inside, I was like, oh shit. And I breathed in secondhand smoke, and he did it 3 fucking times. He smoked, no, he did 4. He did that 3 times where he like smoked where I got secondhand smoked, but he smoked, the date was 4 hours, and he smoked a cig an hour, and I was like, ew. And then because the last time he smoked, okay, well, I'm like skipping around so much, I'm sorry. And then like there's like a trail that's right next to the restaurant, so after 3 hours of like talking and stuff, which it was good, the conversation we had were good. It was we had a little bit of miscommunication, but that's because his first language isn't English, so sometimes there would be misunderstandings with English words being misused, or him not understanding an English word. So that's not really like something to like fault him for. It's just like we were learning as we go with some things. And then we ended up going, for the last hour of the day, we took like a walk on the nature path and back. And then when we got back to his car, he smoked a cig. And when he was pulling out, I was like, can I sit in the car while you do this? Because I really don't want to be around that. He was like, oh, yeah. So I sat in his car. He did give me his jacket, which was nice because it got cold, and I brought like a fucking shawl that was like air goes right through that thing. So it was like the conversations were good, but I don't know how much I want to get into a specific thing that happened, and it's not worse than the smoking thing. The smoking thing was the fucking worst thing that happened on that date. Let's just say things may have gotten a little touchy-feely while we were on that walk because we were kind of like alone on this path. And I kind of let it happen because I fucking touch starved and I haven't been held by like fucking anyone but like my dad giving me hugs when I leave his house in years. So like I kind of let it get a little touchy-feely. It was all over close and shit, but like, so then I get home from the date. He has like an hour drive home, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait an hour and then text him being like, I hope you got home safe. So I do that, and then I get a text from him maybe like 2 hours later because he said he was gonna go hang out with family afterwards. So I was expecting like maybe one text or two from him, but not like too much communication the night of, just because he said he was gonna go hang out with family. He texted me back, thank you for the date, or like something very short and simple like that. And then I texted him back like, oh, thank you too, like I had a really good time. As I don't think it said really, but like I had a good time. I said like thank you too, I had a good time. Never hear from him again. Doesn't even open the message because we're like on Instagram at that point, so there's read receipts. Doesn't even open the message. So like 48 hours go by and I'm like, I like text my friend about it, my like a female friend about it. I'm like, this is the situation, because she texted me after that being like, oh, how'd it go? And we're like, oh, it went okay. Or no, I said it went good. And then she texted me like next week like, oh, have you heard from him? I was like, no, I haven't heard from him since last night. And then I texted her being like, I haven't heard from him in like 48 hours, like what do I do with this? And she was just like, well, I was like kind of being like, do I send a message being like, hey, I'm kind of done here, because like at that point the smoking stuff had really set in. I was like, I can't be with someone who smokes 4 cigs and like a cig an hour basically, who can't fucking put the cigs away for 4 hours. I can't be with someone who like is that kind of dependent on cigarettes. I can't be with anyone who's on cigarettes, let alone that dependent on them. So I texted her being like, hey, this is the situation. She didn't know about the smoking stuff yet, because I didn't tell her that until we met up in person the next weekend. But she was like, just let it go. Because I was scared. Because I was like, because I like to not fucking ghost people, and I like to tell people when I'm done talking to them, like on dating apps and stuff. But it was a situation where I felt like if I sent the message 48 hours after he decided not even to open my last message, it felt like a situation where I was gonna be like, you can't fire me, I quit. Like, you can't ghost me, I'm not talking to you anymore. I didn't want to feel kind of pathetic about it, so I didn't. So I just basically restricted his account and like unfollowed him. Because I like to see, because I would just block him, but I'd like to see how long men stay following me. Because some of them, they stay following me for like years later, and I'm like, and they like watch my stories. Sometimes I'll like a post. I'm like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Which is kind of why I don't like giving guys my Instagram, because I don't fucking leave. But I also just like looking at how long they stay. It interests me. It's a little social experiment. So that was that. And then, oh my god, the guy after that. So then there was this guy who liked me on Hinge. I really liked his profile. We match. Things got way too hot and heated way too quick. Again, out of my own allowance. Like, it wasn't like he like kind of overstepped a bound. It was me kind of letting it happen because touch starved. So like, sex didn't happen way too quick. And then like I kind of like realized that this guy was really only engaging in our text conversations when we were sexting. And I was like, oh, that's what you're here for. So like I kind of kept talking to him, being like, okay, how am I gonna, like in the back of my head being like, how am I gonna deal with this? How am I gonna cut this guy off? And then one night he also has his read receipts on. We're in like the text messages, but he has his read receipts on. So one night comes, and like this is literally right after a sexting session. Like literally the end of the conversation is my last message at the end of a sexting conversation thread. he doesn't open that message for 2 days and then opens it 2 days later at 2 in the morning and doesn't reply to it. And so when I wake up and kind of check to see if he's responded to me, I'm like, oh, he opened it and didn't reply. And that's when I was like, okay, block. Unmatched with him on Hinge and block him, because like, if you just sexted with me and then you want to leave me on red, like, I'm sorry, but if we're dating app talking and you're not like somebody like who's a close friend of mine, and even if a close friend of mine leaves me on red, which is why I kind of hate read receipts, because I don't like knowing, but if it's a dating app guy and you leave me on red, we're done. Simple as that. We're done. Like, obviously, if they saw it like 2 minutes ago and haven't responded, obviously there's like a grace period. But I think I gave it 24 hours. Like, I gave it a day, and I was like, if he sends me something, he does. If he doesn't, he's gone. So I gave him a day. He didn't reply. So, and that was 3 days after I sent the message. So I was like, okay, we're done here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And my phone has been dry ever since. Been swiping a little bit here and there, but no matches. No matches. Kind of sucks. I felt like I got like 2 in a row real quick, and then nothing. Back to nothing. Probably back to nothing for forever. It's sad to say, but like I just literally after the second guy, like, I blocked him. I was like, not that I'm done, because I'm not done, but I was like, I would like desperately. I was like, I wish I could be done. I wish I could fucking hang up the tab, be like, done with relationships. I'm not dealing with this shit, but I can't, because I think I don't know if I've said this before. If I did, it was in the first episode, but I don't think I did. So I've been in one relationship, and it lasted 3 months and a day. And the first 2 months of that relationship were the best 2 months of my life. Those 2 months were the happiest I ever was. Consistently happy. Like, I was consistently happy. Never before and never since as that happened. So, like, I don't know. I just want that again. I want to just be happy again. And I feel like the only way I'm ever going to be truly happy is if I have a partner, which is kind of awful to say, but like, it's true. That's how I'm like, because that's the only time I've ever been consistently happy, is when I had a partner who actually gave a shit about me. Because the last month of our relationship, he did not give a shit about me. So like, I can't give it up. I can't. Also, like, it's kind of like a drug to me, like love and male attention. But that's the PPD, which I need to fucking cope. Dating fucking sucks. It's awful. And like, I swear to God, every like Hinge and OkCupid where they have like the intro shit, 1 out of 5, I'm being like sexually harassed too. And it's just like, every guy's a fucking either a Republican or not political. Some guy the other day on Hinge, I'll put this up on the screen too, because on every dating profile app, it's like liberal is the farthest left you can go. So I put I'm a leftist onto all my profiles. And on Hinge, it's in my like, the like little poll thing where it's like, and I have the prompt be like, what do we have in common? Because like a lot of guys who are leftists will click on that and be like, oh, we have this in common. And he did that. He clicked on the leftist thing, except he was like, is centrist close enough? And I was like, centrist? You're not even a liberal, and you think that's close enough? And I sent that to my friend. I was like, kill me now. Because this is what I have to fucking work with. It's like, what is the phrase? It's like, there's 2 phrases now that come to mind. They're like, there's plenty of fish in the sea, except the sea is fucking poisoned. And also, it's like digging for a needle in a haystack, except someone sprayed the haystack silver. I'm exhausted, and I went on fucking 1 date. On 1 goddamn date, talked to 2 guys, and I'm like, I'm done here. I can't do this no more. It's a lie. I have been doing it. I've not given it up. I can't give it up. I already went over why I can't. But like, I wish I could, because it's exhausting. It's draining. It's exhausting. It makes me fucking hate myself. I don't want to do it anymore. Here we are. I think we'll move to media corner, because I have a few things to talk about. First thing, I rewatched Lilo and Stitch, the like 2002 animated one. Fuck the fucking new live action. Fuck that movie. Oh my god. All this fucking one baseline fuck live action remakes. I was never gonna like this movie. I've not seen it, by the way. I've not fucking paid to see that. And if you want to watch it, please just... Actually, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. sail the seas, if you know what I mean. The whole thing with Nani giving up Lilo, spoilers for the new one, but don't fucking go see the new one, so I don't give a shit if you get spoiled. Nani gives up custody of Lilo to the state. I'm sure the whole fucking theme of the movie is Ohana. Ohana means family. Ohana means no one gets left behind. Ohana means no one gets forgotten. Ohana means nothing in the new movie. Just fuck that. And they like, I think it's Pleakley, the like little green alien with one eye, fucking made him not cross-dress because that's too woke. Just fuck that movie. Anyways, watch the original, the good one. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I give it a 9 out of 10. So fucking good. It went by, the pacing is immaculate. The pacing is fantastic. Like, when I got to it, I was like, what, it's over? Oh my god, that was everything? Like, damn. It was so good. Just so good. The animation is beautiful. The story is fantastic. The pacing is fantastic. Love it. Love it. Love it. The soundtrack is also great. Just everything. I love this movie. I love this movie so much. And I know I did because I watched it growing up a lot. But like, seeing it as an adult for the first time, I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is great. Love this. So that was really good. That's all I really have to say about that. Really loved it. And then I also literally tonight rewatched Alice in Wonderland, the animated one. I don't remember. I think it's the 60s, 1960s. I don't know for sure though. That was okay. There's a lot of that movie I fucking forgot. The movie's kind of a fever dream. Well, it's Alice in Wonderland, no fucking duh. But there's the whole thing with the dodo bird guy. Didn't remember him. I think it's because I actually watched the live action remake more. That's the first one. Not really. I haven't seen the second one. The first one and like Maleficent are the only two like Disney live action remakes. I'm like, okay, you have a little bit of legs to stand on because they're not just remakes. They're like retellings in a way. Like Maleficent's Sleeping Beauty, but it's like Maleficent's point of view and her backstory. And then with Alice in Wonderland, it's like she's older and she's like going back into this world. And I also do kind of, because the Alice in Wonderland one kind of happened before like the live action remakes were really a thing. So I think it also has legs to stand on in the fact it was kind of a new thing to be doing in the first place back then. It wasn't this overrun cash grab of a thing. I really liked that one. So I watched that one more growing up. So like I knew the plot to the original was different, but had like similarities and like similar, obviously like a very similar cast of characters. But there was just so much. I'm like, damn, I didn't fucking remember any of this. Or like the actually I won't get too much into it because I realized last episode I fucking spoiled The Last Unicorn. I didn't realize it while I was talking, so I need to be more conscious of if I'm spoiling stuff and to say spoiler before I spoil it. Anyways, it was interesting. I haven't logged it on my letterbox yet, so I don't even know I don't have a score yet for it, but it's probably a 6 or 7. 7 might be pushing it. It might just be a 6. The animation's really pretty, but like the story is kind of a little ridiculous for me. Which, like I said earlier, it's Alice in Wonderland, yeah. But, like, it just feels like there's certain scenes that just drag on. And I'm just like, I don't care. What is this? What is this? So, it was okay. It was okay. More good than bad, but it was okay. And then the final thing is the book I've been reading. That's been taking me so fucking long to read. Because I need to start my next book club book, like, tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to finish this book that I'm reading right now tomorrow. And then start my book club book, which I think the book club book is 100 years or 1,000 years of solitude. I forget the exact title. I don't remember the author name, but we'll probably discuss that next episode because I'll be done with it by then. But the book I want to show you guys. So I found out I think about this book from TikTok. The moment I heard about it, I was like, I need to read that book. So I had it like saved in like, I forget the website name, but it's one of those websites where it's like you can buy books online and you pick a specific indie bookstore and it'll give money to the indie bookstore when you purchase online. So I had it like saved in my favorites on there, being like, one day I'll buy this. And then I was out with my dad's girlfriend at the mall and there was this like bookstore, indie kind of. It is a chain, but it's not, I've never heard it before. I think it's like Barbara's Books or something like that. And I saw this book there and I was like, oh my, I have to get it. I never thought I'd see this book in person until I like ordered it online, let alone like in person at a bookstore. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. And the fact that the bookstore was carrying this book, I was like, okay, I need to buy this with the money I don't have, but I need to buy it. Literally, I called my mom, and she was like out in California in a business meeting. She's like, Kenzie, just buy it and justify it later. I was like, okay. So I bought it. And it is this book. Oh, I'm covering the text, but it's If I Must Die by, I'm gonna do my best to pronounce his name, but Refaat Alareer. I'm so fucking sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, but it's a poetry and prose book by this man who is a Palestinian who died December, in the book, he died December 6th, 2023, so after October 7th, 2023. He died during the current genocide occupation that's happening right now. And I was like, I have to read it. And I think it's taking me a long time to read because this is very hard to read. Not in like a reading level sense, but just in all of it is about Israel's occupation on Gaza. All of it. That's what this book is about. From this man's personal perspective and from stories he's retelling of other people's perspectives. Because he was an English professor at say on here, but at a university in Gaza, but I just say what university at. I know it says he talks about the university he works at in here, but it doesn't say on the back cover. But it's been hard. Like, there's been multiple times I've cried. Like, I almost cried. Like, I teared up today reading this. It's hard because he talks a lot too about his children, who I believe at the time of the 2023 occupation, like not occupation, but like what's the right word, when the genocide started, I believe his daughter is like 5 years old, and he talks so much about how traumatized every single child is in Palestine. Every single child is severely fucking traumatized because it didn't start October 7th. Like, and he talks about like this book starts in 2010 is the first, like, when the first written thing was written that's in this book. But he talks about stuff that happened in like the 80s and stuff, like from stories recounted from family members of people who did stuff in the 80s, who were there in the 80s and stuff. Or like he talks about when he was a kid. He was born in 1979. So he even recounts stuff when he was a kid. So that was like the 80s, 90s when this stuff was happening. Like, I already knew this stuff has been going on for far longer beyond October 7th. But just to read it, to read like the things that happened 10, 20, 30 years ago, but it's the stuff that happened all these years ago isn't that different from what is happening today. It's like, I would if I had not been told the dates, I would have assumed all of this was written about what happened after October 7th. But I have the dates there, and it was written back 2010, 2011, 2015. It's been like I said, I already knew this, but it's just like, I think it truly made that sink in for me. It's been very eye-opening. I highly, I'm not done with it yet. I'm almost done. I think I have like 70 pages left, which I'm going to try to get through tomorrow. Highly recommend this book. There's two things I want to point out, if I can find them both. One of them I know I'm going to find very... Oh, also, this is after October 7th. All of this up here is before. Just so you know. Okay, this is one of the quotes that was like really like hit me. Apologies again if I mispronounced this name. But Nasabi, which is his wife, and I are a perfectly average Palestinian couple. We both have lost more than 30 relatives. And that's a quote from 2022. Let me see if I can find the quote that like fucking I will never forget this quote. If I can hopefully find it and read it for you guys. Okay, I found it. This is on page 87. If you have the book and want to find the whole pose about where this quote comes from. But I'm just gonna read the paragraph. Again, apologies about the name pronunciation. But in quotes, I was one of the lucky few. Ashore said, "When we evacuated our house, we did not have to go to the UN schools. My mother distributed," this is the sentence that like really fucking struck me. "My mother distributed our family among several relatives' homes, so if we were hit by Israeli missiles, some of us would get to survive." The fact that his mother had to think that far ahead and be like, okay, I can't put them all in one place, because if I put them all in one place, they're all gonna die if they get hit. So I have to separate my children out. We have to disperse ourselves. So if someone gets hit, not all of us get hit. What the fuck? Yeah. Just read this book. Ask for your local library to get it. Buy it if you can. All I can say is free Palestine. Also, as I'm filming this a few hours ago, what is the ship called? The ship Greta Thunberg is on. The Freedom Flotilla. I forget the actual ship's name. It's like them. I believe it's like 14 activists from a bunch of different countries have this boat that they traveling to Gaza with aid. That's all that's on there is aid. There's no weapons. It's aid for Gaza, food and aid. As of when I put 4 hours ago, because they basically would have reached Gaza today. As of 4 hours ago, their ship was intercepted by Israel and they were all arrested. And they lost contact with everyone. No one's heard from any of them since that I'm aware of, unless something has happened within the past hour that I've been filming this. But it's scary. And it's those people on that ship, because there was an aid ship, I believe 4 or 5 days ago that went and got like I believe drone strike or some sort of hit to it. They took a hit to the vessel and I don't know if anyone died, but like it didn't get to Gaza. So all of the actors who went on that ship knew they could very well be martyred. And I think that almost they knew we either get the aid there or we get martyred, and either way something gets done. I literally lit a candle today. I literally was like, okay, Leto, a part of. Oh my god, I keep fucking up her name. I'm so sorry, Artemis. I literally lit my 3-wick candle, being like, okay, Leto, Artemis, and Apollo, please. Did a little prayer over it, and then blew it out. And it was like, because that's all I feel like I can do. And I share stuff on my story and whatnot. But oh my god, I'm just. I don't know what else to say. Just free Palestine, fuck Israel. That's all I have to say. I highly recommend reading this book or any of other Refaat Alareer's. He has other books. I believe one's called Gaza Writes Back. That is it's a collection of 21 short stories by his students. Also recommend that book, which I need to get and read. Don't know really how to outro this because it's kind of ending on a awful note in terms of the subject matter, but it's okay. It needs to be talked about. But praying for all those activists, praying for Gaza and everyone there, because I know it's not much, but it feels like all I can do right now. Just keep your eyes on Gaza, keep your eyes on those people. Don't do your best not to look away. I know people can't look 24/7. You gotta take your breaks at some point, but just do your best to keep all of that in your mind. But thank you for watching episode 3. And I'll see you in the next one.